Inner Voice, a heartfelt chat with Dr. Foojan.
Actually changes, not just theoretically and experientially, but through meditation and through neuroscience. And this is my new toy, let's say like this. This is my new passion. I discovered I changed my life and my work if I make my mind matter a lot or more than before. And right now I studied the brain function, and I realized brain is also a living record of the past, but could be capable of change, and our brain could become a map for the future if we learn to live in the present moment. And I discover how important is the attention, and how important is to become aware about where are you right now, right here, if your mind is in the past or you are in anxiety for the future. And while I'm educating myself to live in this generous present moment, I realized I could embrace new methods and go beyond psychotherapy to something which I cannot define yet, because it's not only psychotherapy or neuroscience, or I cannot say it's spiritual, but it's very new. And I discovered...
Introducing a powerful new update from the Foojan app. Now with flexible subscription plans to fit your journey monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Our new AI-driven onboarding customizes your path to feeling better, faster, and enjoy a refreshed experience with stunning 3D interactive videos. Update now. Empower your inner voice with Foojan. Download today. Welcome to the Inner Voice, a heartfelt chat podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Foojan Zeine. I'm a psychotherapist, an author, researcher, and the founder of the International Awareness Integration Institute. Today, I will be talking with a great friend, a great colleague from across the world, Dr. Gina Chiriac. She's a psychologist, integrative psychotherapist, and the European trainer and supervisor certified in relational integrative psychotherapy. She's the founder and president of Romanian Association of Integrative Psychotherapy, which established first integrative psychotherapy training school in Romania, which is accredited by the Romanian College of Psychologists. And she's also founded and leads the European Institute of Studies for Therapy of Children and Adolescents, and the Neuropsy Institute, which is a center for research and clinical innovation in neurofeedback, QEEG, brain mapping, and HeartMath, and integrative psychotherapy together. Now, she has delivered over 2,500 workshops and residential programs, and more than 150,000 participants have completed 50,000 hours of clients' work in private practice. She is the author of Therapeutic Answers to Every Day, and in numerous scientific articles in psychology and psychotherapy. I've met her in a couple of years ago in the Ericksonian Evolution of Psychotherapy conference, which the masters of psychotherapy from around the world are there. And it was exciting to meet with her. Then I went to Romania and met, herself and everyone who was there. And I've had an amazing experience these past couple of years. We've gone to conferences. We went to Dubai and presented together in a Dubai neuroscience and psychology and neuroscience conference. And it's just a joy to have her every time I see her. And I know that she's always expanding, she's always learning, she's always growing. And it was just a joy to have her be with all of you. So I'm sure that you'll enjoy this conversation as much as I do. Now, be sure to subscribe to this podcast on YouTube channel and connect with me through my website, foojanzeine.com. I'd love to hear from you. Connect through the Foojan app and the AI chatbot, which is trained in the awareness integration theory. And her name is Mira, and you can find her through Foojan App. You can connect with me with any of my social media platforms. I'd love to hear from you. Now, without further ado, here is Dr. Gina Kiriak.
Listen up if you want to promote your personal growth and self-awareness. I found the Foojan app last month and I have been absolutely loving it. I personally have never learned guided meditation, but thanks to this app, I now have learned incredible tools for my own stress relief and emotional self-awareness. Not to mention, there are self-evaluation tools and professional coaching available to utilize however your journey to self-discovery takes you. Join Foojan today and redefine your life one step at a time.
Intentional Parenting, a practical guide to awareness integration theory, written by Dr. Jafari, Dr. Foojan Zeine, and Dr. Manoukian, 3 experts in human development, is your step-by-step guide to raising a healthy child prepared for a culturally integrated world. You're supported in parenting infants to adolescents using the latest evidence-based scientific research on parenting. Order your copy on Amazon now. Oh my God, I am so excited to see you, Dr. Gina Chiriac. I'm so excited, so honored that you are on my show. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Foojan, for creating this moment for all of us. It's a huge opportunity for me, and I'm truly honored to be here and to share this space with you and your audience. So I'm excited to start.
For everyone who's listening or viewing us, we met at the Evolution of Psychotherapy conference in Anaheim, California. We kind of just connected. And then from there, I went to Romania, to your school. Gina is the head of the Integrative Psychotherapy school, and then the associate. And then, I was there, and it was just an amazing experience of the amount of work that you have done for the field of psychology and psychotherapy in Romania. So can you share with us a little bit about how that path and that journey has been?
Yes, my journey started in a country where psychology had been banned for 50 years under the communist regime. And for decades, there were no psychology studies, no therapists, no accredited programs. When that ban was finally lifted, there was a huge vacuum here. People were suffering, but they had no resources, no professionals trained to help them. So I knew something had to change. I brought together an international team, Romanian and English colleagues, and together we created the first integrative psychotherapy training school in Romania, which become accredited now, both national and at the European levels. And it wasn't easy, of course. It took years of perseverance working through bureaucracy, as you very well know. But we did it, and we are here. And I remember the first time when I saw our first generation of graduates receiving their diplomas, Romanian people, I cried, and I realized we were not just training therapists, we were rebuilding an entire profession in a country that had been silenced for decades. And even now when I'm speaking, I realize it's about transformation. And I remember how important it is to be present and realize that while you are listening and while I am speaking this episode, our brains literally is changing. And by the end of our conversation, maybe we might not be the same person who pressed play right now, 10 minutes ago, because we already begin to create a new future for ourselves. So that was also here in Romania, and it was a huge work, but I'm so happy that we did it.
You did it, and it's becoming 20 years now, right? Like
Yes.
2026 is the 20th year.
Yes, and I'm so excited and so honored to invite you to be with us because we will have friends from all over the world, and I am so delighted to invite you, Foojan, to honor us with your presence and to be again a keynote speaker.
Absolutely.
Because
It is
we are,
it's
please.
my honor. It's been it was such a joy to come and see your accomplishment. Everybody who was there, all of the therapists who were trained. And I think based on what you were saying, I have also experienced this, that psychotherapy changes the culture because everybody who joins and is interested and committed to work on themselves, to reflect upon what they're doing, to become more responsible and accountable, and to become more compassionate toward each other, it automatically changes a culture toward getting better and better.
Yes, now we have 2,000 psychotherapists trained in all our country, but also in Europe. And we offer training programs at the European standards. And I realizing now when I saw this 20 years period that these transformations not only change us like psychotherapists, like human beings, but change the society. And in this way, we can contribute. We can write the history in our brain, and not only in our brain, but in our client's brain. And in this way, we can build a new perspective. And I know how important it is to have a modern perspective and to work with the belief system and to adapt all these wounds from the communist period at this modern present. And I think this is very important. And I'm so grateful to be here today with you. And I believe we live in a time where we have the knowledge and the tools to transform pain into wisdom, fear into love, and survival into creation. And I think our mission doesn't matter where we are born and where we are working, is to bring the message to as many people that this is possible. Through psychotherapy and through inner work, we can develop new perspective, and we can create new synapses, and we can bring to the world our gifts. And I think this is very healing.
Absolutely. Can you please talk about integrative psychotherapy and what that entails?
So, in years, my vision about integrative psychotherapists were very. It was about transformation, because in the beginning, I imagine integrative psychotherapy is about see the holistic picture, to work in the same time with the brain, with the emotion, and also with the body. But because here in Romania, we didn't have psychotherapy at all. We have only cognitive behavior psychotherapy and some psychoanalytical, but we didn't have something like this. And there were nothing in the field who can integrate also the spiritual part of us. And that's why I worked to accredit this program of integrative psychotherapy and work in this relationship dimensions. So we study the relationship with ourselves, with our body, with the culture, with the environment, and also with the transcendental, when we can speak about this. But in this modern period, there are already 5 years ago, I discovered neuroscience, and I brought also this part of neuroscience, and a new era begins.
Yes, you have done a lot of research with having EEG and neurofeedback and brain mapping while you have been working with clients who, whether it was worked through the integrative psychotherapy. And I know that you've done extensive research with hypnosis. Can you share a little bit about your experience that
Yes.
brought hypnosis into this modality?
Yes, I realized very soon that we have also an unconscious mind, and I realized I need tools. So I discovered Jeffrey Zeig from Milton Erickson Institute, and I started the training with them. I think there are 15 years right now, and I discovered hypnosis, the Ericksonian hypnosis, and I become a sort of fan of Milton Erickson, and I implemented everything in my work. And while I working, I realized that if we are working at the unconscious level of the mind, the changes and the transformations are faster because, as we know, the unconscious level represents 95% of who we really are. And working at this level with hypnosis and bringing my clients at this level of alpha frequency of the brain, we obtained more efficiency, and we can see their behave and their actions very fast, put it in their lives. And that's why I think it's incredible, because today we are not just going to talk about transformation, we're going to experience it together. And neuroscience shows that the moment you focus your attentions, slow your breath, and shift your emotional state, your brain begins to rewire in real time. And that's why I like to use hypnosis, because even now, while we are speaking, if I change my volume of the voice and I change my brain wave, I can transmit and obtain alpha states. So it's not necessary to close our eyes to be there at the unconscious level. So there are so many fascinating ways in which we can use this hypnosis for our brain, but also for our entire body, to relax it. And I think now the neurochemistry changed everything, because through hypnosis, stress hormones like cortisol starts to drop, while dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin rise, giving us a sense of calm, clarity, and even hope for the future. So we can use all these frequencies through hypnosis, all these frequencies of the brain through hypnosis. So I think it's very, very important tool. And I know you also use this hypnosis very much in your therapy work.
Yes, I've been trained with hypnosis almost 20 years. But first, I've gone through with Michael Yapko, who's also started with the Ericksonian, and Dr. Jeff Zeig. Dr. Jeff Zeig did the honor of actually writing the foreword for one of my books. And I've been part of that. Yeah, I've been part of that for a long time. And it's the same thing you're saying, because the model that I created, awareness integration, I introduced hypnosis in the part that we actually, look into the memories and kind of consolidate the memories and bring, all best of us into all of our vulnerable side and kind of integrate it, and definitely use the hypnosis for that. But I've been amazed. I had one client who came and said they had allergy to dental medication and they needed to do surgery, and they had heard that they could do that under hypnosis. And so they called me, and it was right after I took the training with Dr. Yapko, which showed that yes, you could actually numb the face with hypnosis. And I'm like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I believe it, but hey, the client wants it. I just learned it. Let's figure it out together. And I said, I've never done this before, but if you want to. So we did this hypnosis with, freezing, imagining that she froze her hand and put it in here and froze her. And then I went with her to the surgery room, dental surgery room. And she went through the whole process. And the dentist, who was, was like about a 70-year-old gentleman who's been a dentist and an oral surgeon for almost like 50 years, after the whole thing was done, and then in the middle of it, she felt pain. And then he looks at me. I said, give me another 15 minutes. So he left that room. I did it again. He came back. And then at the end, he looks at me and says, I thought all of this was just bullshit. And it worked. I can't believe it. I said, to be honest with you, I'm as good a surprise as you are, but obviously it worked. So absolutely, I think it's really mesmerizing, as the word says.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It could do magic. It really does a lot of great work. So, and then you've done this where, because you were working with people with hypnosis, that you also put in the neuroscience, the brain mapping, the neurofeedback, the EEG, and kind of got a lot of different data around this. Which not only, it's not only a subjective experience, but you're actually getting scientific data. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes. In our programs, we actually measure this using QEEG and neurofeedback. And when people learn to meditate, because we also use meditations in our programs, so when people learn to meditate and regulate their emotions, we see their brain patterns change in real time. And I think this is amazing. And I remember a woman who came to me with severe anxiety, and she could barely sleep. Her mind was racing all the time. And after 6 weeks of daily practice, meditation, breathing work, emotional release, and of course, meditation and neurofeedback, we did a new brain map. And her brain looked completely different. And when you see the results, because until 6 years ago, let's say something like this, we couldn't see the results of our work like psychotherapists. But now when you see the brain map before and the brain map after these 6 weeks of deeply works, it's amazing because her brain looked completely different. But the best part wasn't the brain map. The best part was her smile. And she said, for the first time in years, I feel peace because I can see the results on my brain, not only feel it, but see it. And this is why I do what I do, because seeing the smile and seeing their faces after they are seeing the results make me alive in this profession. And I think I will never stop.
Absolutely. And you have, as you said, you have grown your university, the institute, actually to offer not only for Romania, but certification for the whole Europe.
Exactly.
That's a big accomplishment.
Yes, it was so much work and so many accredited processes, but we did it, and now we have trainees all over Europe who already are integrative psychotherapists, also for the Romanian communities from different countries like Belgium, France, UK, even other countries, Bulgaria, Turkey, Greece, Denmark, Norway, Spain, a lot of Spanish, Romanian Spanish people, and Italy. And it's a great opportunity for them to have Romanian psychotherapists in their country and work live with them in their native language. Because, as you know very well, our unconscious program are developed until 7 years, because the brainwave of the child are in theta, and in theta brainwave we can absorb everything like a sponge from outside. And if we want to use hypnosis and all these instruments to modify the unconscious mind, we should modify this program from the child period. And if you have a psychotherapist who speak with you in your native language, is very efficient. And that's why we have such a great success, because Romanian people from abroad came in our country, study psychotherapist, and go back in London, in Madrid, in Barcelona, in Rome, and work with the Romanian communities, but not only with the Romanian communities. They produce changes, huge changes, because they speak the same language as their clients. And I think this is very important, because while you modify this unconscious program until 7 years, it doesn't matter if you are 30, 40, or 50, you can change very well the present actions. So we have psychotherapists all over Europe, and this is very amazing. But because when we do conferences, to see people all over Europe, we are 500 people, 600 people in a room. It's very emotional, and we are so excited. So it's beautiful. But it was, of course, a lot of work.
I can imagine, yes. Because you were sharing this, and obviously in the field of psychotherapy, we know how much importance there is between, 0 to 7 years of age in how a child is developed, and, how do they kind of structure the world for themselves, the storyline of the world for themselves. Has there been a thought process for you and in Romania in how to bring this concept into format, whether it's a school or daycares or preschool or parenting, and bringing straightforward from 0 to 7? Because I know with the awareness integration theory, we've been doing pilot studies with in daycares and preschools to see how we could kind of bring up the concept of awareness of the thought process, the emotional process, the intention, how do you behave, what do you impact? And in these daycares, we're finding that the children are creating a lot more of not only higher self-esteem for themselves, confidence, and they're getting more school ready because they're learning to, kind of like learning how to handle their emotion from that early on. And it's opening up more of their cognitive skills because, they're using their emotion to their benefit versus allowing the emotion to stop them. And I was wondering, have you, in your programs, started looking at how to train teachers, how to train parents, how to go into the school systems with your beautiful models of integrative psychotherapy?
Well, Foojan, 20 years ago, it was like no man's land in psychology here in Romania. There were nothing here, nothing at all. And sometimes I was very disappointed because I couldn't have colleagues, I couldn't have supervisions, I couldn't have papers or even books translated in Romania. But in years, I realized this is also a huge opportunity to, well, to put my vision in material realm. And I also created an a program for psychotherapists for children. So now we have in Romania an institute, an European institute for the education of child and adolescents, and this is also accredited at the European level. And the ripple effect is enormous. And this way, my dream to create a wave of healing that went from the childhood into adult period and also in couples could be realized very easy because we couldn't have anything here. Of course, it was an enormous quantity of work, but I realize now while you are asking me, it was also very good because we have an integrative vision from all the period, from the childhood until the adulthood. So yes, we have psychotherapists. Now I'm not alone. We have a team of 20 teachers who teach in their own approaches, but in the same way, integrative way. And we have programs also for children and for adolescents. And I think now Romania, it's a very modern country, and we have modern programs, and there are so many beautiful people and wise people who came here. We have brain minds here every year. We have also festivals of psychotherapies and also conferences, and it's something else. So this gap of 50 years in 20 years, in the last 20 years, not only it was filled, but now it's like a tree blossoming, and there are so many approaches here. So we have almost everything. So I think this is a huge realization for the Romanian people.
Beautiful. You've done amazing, and the amazing accomplishment that you have done. I know that, when we've spoken a lot, that you are definitely a visionary, and not only you're a visionary, but you play big. So some people just vision, but they don't. But you have really, really played big in the whole concept of the country, and not just one location. But it's been not only the country, but also, let's say, the continent of the whole Europe. You've been able to influence and create and create these kind of expansive certification programs for everyone to be able to learn. What is next for you?
Before I answer to your question, I want to bring a sort of tribute to all these beautiful friends from all over Europe and now from America, because they help me and they support me with their knowledges, their wisdom, and their love. And in this way, I make not only good work for Romanian people, but I created a beautiful personal resource of friendships. And there are so many and so beautiful, and they nourished also my soul and my practice. But by myself, I couldn't do anything. So this is
absolutely
yes,
love.
this is very beautiful.
Yes. Because when I came to with you guys, you walk into that arena, and the whole the hotel was the whole floor of the hotel was taken by obviously all psychotherapists from across the world that were coming to your conference. And love exactly was there from everyone toward each other, towards you. And I remember even when you went on the stage, the pouring out of the love that not only came from you to them, but from everybody to you. It just felt throughout the whole room. And that really says a lot about how you have, you've embraced this concept for past 20 years, where, after 20 years, you still experience this level of passion and love that comes through.
Oh, thank you for remembering me this beautiful moment and for bringing it here, because it was very, very nourished for my soul and for my whole being. Thank you so much.
So now, where's next for you?
So I attended 13 workshops with Dr. Joe Dispenza around the world in the last 5 years. And along the way, I became fascinated by neuroscience, and I wanted to understand how the brain actually changes, not just theoretically and experientially, but through meditation and through neuroscience. And this is my new toy, let's say like this. This is my new passion. I discovered I changed my life and my work if I make my mind matter a lot or more than before. And right now I studied the brain function, and I realized brain is also a living record of the past, but could be capable of change, and our brain could become a map for the future if we learn to live in the present moment. And I discover how important is the attention, and how important is to become aware about where are you right now, right here, if your mind is in the past or you are in anxiety for the future. And while I'm educating myself to live in this generous present moment, I realized I could embrace new methods and go beyond psychotherapy to something which I cannot define yet, because it's not only psychotherapy or neuroscience, or I cannot say it's spiritual, but it's very new. And I discovered the real of AI also, and I realized how amazing it is to live in this historical era of our world. And in my programs, I brought all this, and it's fascinating. I had couple therapy residential 3 days ago in Constanța, in Romania. And I did some researches with all these theories and applied to their relationships between them. And I discovered what's happening in the brain when a husband has an argument with his wife. And I realized how important is this relation space. And it's so amazing. There are so many things. And we are in a field where everything is happened like in Disneyland, something like this, because it's very near to Los Angeles. And I realized I am so blessed with my profession, and there are so many things to study. And this is my new objective, to see how the space between us, like relationship, doesn't matter if it's a couple or it's a mother and a daughter or a father and a son, doesn't matter. This space of relationship influence the brain. So this is what I'm doing right now. This is my research.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it flourishes too. Anything we haven't shared that you really want people in our audience to know?
I want to tell them that you will come in Romania and we will do some researches together. And I am very honored and very happy to work with you because I realize something very important for those from us who are searching the spiritual part. And I realize more than ever there is no only an entity who lead us. This is a sort of projection. But there is a wisdom, a greater love, who is like a field. And if we are connected beyond this matter, where our five senses limited the perspective, we get out from this separation mode of living. It's a separation mode of living, and we enter in a sort of unity. And this is what I want to bring here, that if we go beyond the matter, there is a huge field. We can call him quantum field. We can call him another frequency of the brain. Doesn't matter, it's the same space, another realm, where we can have other feelings and other perspective. And I think this could be the future of psychotherapy, to heal people at this vibrational level of being. And I think this is very important.
And I love that you are attempting to bring this concept into some form of measurement of the body, and to see how, when you are expanding yourself from the limitations of the five senses to an expansion from those senses, and you are doing the QEEG and, you know, the brain mapping, how it really shows and what the frequencies show in the body. Because I think bringing the concepts into the science creates a lot of explanation and creates duplicity. Like, we could actually duplicate these experiences versus everybody having their own, individual experiences. So I'm so excited to see not only your next level of growth and journey, but also how you landed with science. I think that's very exciting to be watching you and, experiencing it with you. So I'm so glad that you allowed your time. I know you're so busy, you're consistently training to come here to the show. So thank you for allowing the time for us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And I am very, very happy because we can speak about this. And because when we speak, we change our brain. While we are speaking, we change our chemistry. And when we change our chemistry, we change our life. And when we become aware about all this, we can live in a beautiful way of living in this here and now. And for me, it was a very huge opportunity to bring this to your audience. And thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And for all of you who are out there, create an amazing life for yourself and everyone around you. And if you liked what we talked about, share it with your friends and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast. And until next week, bye-bye. Are you a psychotherapist looking to enhance your practice? The Awareness Integration Therapy, developed by Dr. Foojan Zeine, is a comprehensive guide to the principle and techniques of this powerful therapeutic approach. Join the growing community who have elevated their practice and expanded their skills by embracing Awareness Integration Therapy and witnessing its life-changing impact. Order your copy on Amazon now.